Hey, this is Pam Perry, your PR coach. So I am taking a little time. You see my Christmas sweater here. If you see it, my Christmas sweater. Yeah. So anyway, so it's Christmas Eve, and I was kind of going through some things, basically looking at a lot of inquiries that I had over the year. And one of the things that people constantly want is more PR. They want more PR, they want to get more interviews, they want to nail those interviews, they want to get speaking engagements, they want to be consistently booked for speaking engagements, and life is good, right? And so, as you know, I do Speakers Magazine, and this is filled with tons of speakers. The cover stories are people who have held events. And then also, too, the backs are also people who have held events as well. So everybody is speaking, right? And they're doing their thing. And they want to get PR. So let me just give you some tips, some really, really quick tips that basically work all the time if you work them. Okay. So the main thing, and I know you may not want to hear it, may or may not want to hear it, but you need a signature book. A signature book sets you apart as someone who just blabs, right? Someone who just blabs and talks, blabs and talks, blabs and talks. But when you write it down, it kind of sets you apart because you're more serious and you're an author, which means you're an authority. The word authority has the word author in it, right? So create a signature book. Nothing wrong with having like a PDF, but a real physical book, my signature book was Synergy Energy that talks about partnerships and networking. So people want to get interviews, people want to nail them, people want speaking engagements, right? So these are some of the things. Get a signature book that creates your core message. And not from the standpoint that, oh, the book has to be a New York Times bestseller, but it's going to work well for your content, which I'll talk about next. So then have regular press releases. Press releases are not dead, but you need to have regular press releases going out. And if you're a lawyer and you are a criminal justice lawyer, maybe write an op-ed about the criminal justice law that was just passed, okay, in the Senate. So pay attention to the news, because that's what press releases go to the news. They're news releases, media releases, but pay attention to the news. And then you have your core message, craft your core message around what's going on in the news. They call it piggybacking or newsjacking, whatever era you came from. I call it piggybacking, but the younger people call it newsjacking. But whatever it is, develop your own media contacts. So what that means is have 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 media that you want to go after. All right. And then develop relationships with them. You could send a press release in February, a press release in March. They didn't pick it up in March, send them another one in April. Not the same press release, but a different press release with a different hook based on the relationship that you know with the things that particular medium, and not just the medium, but what that particular reporter or that host is covering. So I say this all the time in my Branding Accelerator course, and I teach people how to really understand the media, is that you are developing a relationship with what that particular reporter, producer, editor is doing. And I show people how to go about doing that. You can get on Haro.com. I tell my Branding Accelerators how to do that. And what that is help a reporter out. And you can scout that, you can scour that, and they send you about 2 or 3, 4 emails a day. And it does work if you make that your job. But for the most part, you really, really want to make sure that you are proficient at writing press releases, quick, concise, not a bunch of hype, not a bunch of superlatives. Make them very factual, make them relevant to the medium that you're sending them to. And then also put them up on something like blacknews.com. That's where I use, and also like PR Newswire. So you want to put them up there so they're found later when the particular reporter or host or producer is looking for particular things. So you want to embed keywords in there. So I got too much in there. I just wanted to give you some quick tips because those are things that go in Branding Accelerator. Number three, Okay, number one, remember, was have a signature book. Number two is sending out press releases to your media contacts. Number three is really have a website that is not whack, that is booming, a website that will attract traffic, a website that has a blog, a website that has a media room. And I have a whole list of what goes inside a website. But the website can really be that 24-hour marketing tool for you that markets for you while you sleep, that sells for you while you sleep. It has your sizzle reel involved in it. It has your media kit. It has your pictures, high resolution media. You need to have a website, because I'm telling you, once you send a pitch, what they're going to do is Google you. And the first thing should not come up is Twitter or Facebook. The first thing that should come up when they put in your name is your website. Okay. And you want to have testimonials on there as well. Okay. Because the media is vetting you, so that you need to have real names of real people so they can actually check out sources. Sources for the media are other people. Sources. That's what sources are. Journalism major. So I assume that people knew what sources meant, but sources means other media contacts. It's people that are the source for stories. Okay. Number four, content marketing plan, including email. So like this right here, I'm doing this video, I'm sending it out in email to my email list. So it's content. It's really sharing information that is of value to your list, to your listeners, to your viewers, to people who want to be in your tribe. Okay, you heard the word tribe. So you are really creating content. So content is king, right? But marketing is queen. You heard that a lot. This is like, it's trite now almost to the point, but I had been saying that like 10 years ago, that content. Content could be you create share-worthy information, you publish everything everywhere, you promote it, you optimize it so that it can convert. Content. And so where does the content come from? From your book. Yep. So I started my company 2000, really helping publishers, pastors, Christian publishers and pastors promote their books. This is way before the internet got really, really hot and crazy, right? And crowded. So content is king still. So having a book. So that is number four. Part of that content is the video, like I said. So I didn't want to make this too long. So number five is podcasts. I love podcasts. Okay. I've been podcasting for years. I have different podcasts that I do. The best place to podcast if you're just starting out, I told this to my branding accelerators, just to test it out, just to try, is Anchor.fm. Anchor.fm is a really good place to try out a podcast. You could do Blog Talk Radio. That's where I started. I did TalkShoe at one time. I've done them where I actually upload MP3s from a telephone call. I mean, so podcasting is pretty simple, but I say podcast outreach. If you are a speaker and you want to get speaking engagements, book continually, people need to hear your voice. They need to hear your voice. So the more they hear your voice, the more they will get used to hearing you, and they understand that you speak well or you speak to their language, and then they will contact you. Also, if you want to do radio, podcast is great because now you can send them a link to your podcast. And typically podcasts can be in half an hour. They can be up to an hour. I wouldn't go longer than an hour. People's attention spans that long. Op-eds. Op-eds, I talked about that earlier. It's almost like a way to newsjack or to piggyback on something that's going on. It's called op-ed, opinion editorial. It's your opinion, and you're giving that to the editorial page of the newspaper. So an opinion editorial. Also, tip sheets are great. You need to have op-eds and tip sheets because, again, content is king. So you want to feed the machine. You want to feed media. If you want media interviews, you want to give them something to work with. So something to work with from the standpoint of it could be your blog. It could be tip sheets. It could be op-eds. It can be columns. I recommend, and a lot of people don't like to do this, but I recommend to a lot of my clients that they write columns based on their area of expertise, not just for their blog, but actually for their local newspaper. And I've had some that do that in Florida. She's been doing it for years, and she's speaking all over the place now because people find her based on that blog that's in that newspaper in Florida. I think it's Tallahassee where she blogs. So sizzle reel. If you want to speak, you got to have a sizzle reel. People need to see, what is a sizzle reel? It's like a trailer of you speaking. It shows little clips of you speaking in the best light. Maybe some video of you speaking, maybe some photos of you interacting with people. It shows some news clips of you talking about what is your area expertise, but you need a sizzle reel. Sizzle reels are important because if I am actually promoting people to organizations, and so one of the things, you send a bio, have a great bio. That's one of the main things. Have a great photo, have a good podcast, but I want to see you in action. I want to see you on the platform. And that's what they want to see. So you want to make sure that you put that together. The other thing, number 8, that was number 7. So number 8 is having a networking strategy. A networking strategy meaning like joining organizations, going to conferences. You know, this is a conference, maybe going to Erica Stepdow's conference, a networking conference where you're actually going to maybe Bishop Vashti McKenzie's conference, or you're going to Miss CEO's conference, right? You want to, this is from the Speakers Magazine. So this is all about the conferences where speakers should go and network. Power Networking Conference is another one. Hey, okay, my dog. Come here. Come here, sweetie. Come here. You want to see my dog? Say hi, Beb. Say Merry Christmas. He's got his little helper thing on. Say hi. Say hi, sweetie. Say hi. He's cute. Okay, get down. Okay, you got the video. So networking is important. That's where you find media. That's where you connect with the organizers of the conferences. Obviously, if you want speaking engagements, but I can't joining something simple like Toastmasters, which is going to be in the next issue. I'm talking about joining Toastmasters International, NSA. If you're a part of a professional organization, National Sales Association, National Black MBA, if you are a part of Black Nurses Association, networking with organizations, especially large ones, typically media are there. And if you can be a part of a panel, if you can't get to this is one little secret. If you can't get to the conference by paying the fee, at least go to volunteer, but make some effort. Let's say next year, I'm going to make some effort. I'm going to make a list of the goals, and this is how I'm going to achieve the goals. I'm going to make some effort, whether I have to hire a coach, whether I got to read a book, whether I got to show up at a conference and volunteer. I don't care if you got to hang up coats, if you have to help the registration desk, but get in the room. Those that show up, go up. That's right. That's right. Okay. So number 9, create a signature event. That is a good promotional tool. So for Erica, her signature event is actually going to be over February 22nd in Las Vegas. She's going to be in Los Angeles in May. She's going to be in New York. So her signature events are in different places, in 3 different places next year. So you may want to do that. Sarita has a signature event that she's doing in January. You will know George Fraser has an event. He has an event every single year. Power Networking Conference, right? He does that every year. It's going to be in Houston this year. So you want to basically go to different conferences so you can know how you can do your signature conference. Your signature conference can be where you launch your book, you create PR, you create buzz, you bring in other experts, you showcase your expertise, your best light at this conference. It is like your marketing machine on steroids. So you want to maybe do one once a year. Okay, I recommend that for all of my authors, speakers, and coaches to do one event once a year. Now, Erica's doing 3, but they're smaller, but it just depends on the style that you like. Do you like a big crowd? Do you like a small crowd? Do you want to make it a workshop? Nyala is also doing some events this year. Nyala and I are partnering on some things. So you want to look at what the leaders are doing. Okay, so you want to create signature events. So people say, well, I want to get booked all the time. If you don't have a sizzle reel, this is a great way to get your sizzle reel together. Okay, create your own event, go on the platform, put people in the room, and do a video. Okay, so you can use that for your sizzle reel. That's a little trick. The last one is having speaker tools and doing speaker development. Like I said, Toastmasters, speaking often. If you go to the Rotary Club, go to your Chamber of Commerce, but speak. Speaker tools could be something that's having a signage, having a tablecloth. Speaker tools could be something that's having, I don't care, ink pens, but some kind of branding needs to be going on with you. You can't have PR if you don't have a good brand. So you want to make sure that you have these branding tools. There is Picket Fences Marketing, which is in the last Speakers Magazine. Yeah, it was in the last Speakers Magazine. Where when I talk about tools, these are the tools, right? So you want to have the banners. You want to have the tablecloths. You maybe want to have a step and repeat. You heard the step and repeat. You maybe want to have these tools. So if you have people working your table at an event, maybe you want to have everybody have on the same t-shirt. Maybe you want to give away a giveaway in other conferences in their swag bags, maybe some ink pens or things like that. So you want to have speaker tools to show that you're professional besides the business card. Okay. And besides the book. So that's really, that's my number 10. That was the main thing. Just as a bonus, number 11. So if you are under 40, you want to go and enter in 40 under 40 contests. If you're a woman in business, you maybe want to enter some women in business conferences. I won. This is why I was on the cover of this, the Miss CEO Lifetime Achievement Award. So that was one of the things. It says, can you read that? Wins Miss CEO Lifetime Achievement Award. And that was for branding and marketing. So besides having pretty pictures and all that kind of stuff, you got to have content. You got to have a book. You got to enter yourself into awards, maybe getting some pitch contests. This year, make sure that you are intentional, that you put yourself out there, that you make the action, that you do those 10 things that I just said. Like I said, the signature book, regular press releases, have a website that's not whack, that's working. You want to build an email list, so you want to have an autoresponder on that website list. You want to maybe get into a program. The Branding Accelerator program is open, and you can go into that and actually get it virtually. It's 12 modules, and it's like 14 videos. So you want to do that, the brandingacceleratorprogram.com. Do it. I mean, just make an effort. just make an effort. You will be surprised how much will manifest if you just make the effort. Write the goal, make the vision, write the vision, make it plain. You want to network, pick up the phone. Don't always text, don't always email. Sometimes pick up the phone and call people. Call them and just say, hey, I want to talk to you. I really enjoy your work. I really, don't say pick your brain. People hate that. Don't say, you're not going to pick my brain. Okay. So sometimes you may want to invest in someone, and then you can actually have the right to call them because you've invested in their program. But don't ever not invest in someone and then expect them to give you time. You've not invested any money. No, but not bought one thing, not even like their Facebook page. And then all of a sudden you're going to call them and think they're going to spend half an hour with you. No, invest in their program, follow them on social media, like, retweet them, whatever you have to do, get their attention, let them know that you have a good heart, that you're not just a freeloader. Yeah, I said it. Okay. Networking, joining organizations, getting Speakers Magazine, speakersmagazine.net is a good place to start. It's a very good place to start. We have people that have been in our magazine. This is like the first time that they've actually had like national exposure, because not only are they there, but they're actually, here's Lashana, they're actually in online forever. So you have this there, it's there forever. You can actually then at that point share it out often as content, right? There's one of the branding accelerators. There's Alicia. There's Alicia and Denise. So you want to make sure that your pictures are fabulous, that you have a great bio. I teach all this in the Branding Accelerator course. Okay, so please be intentional. Make your PR goal come true. I have a book coming out in January called How to Manifest Your PR Dreams, and it's going to be an anthology, so I'll let you know about that. Alrighty, in the meantime, I want everyone to have a great holiday. Please have a great, safe holiday. Know that I appreciate you for watching this. I appreciate you for being on my list, for being part of my community and tribe, and also to have a good new year as well. If you want more information about the Branding Accelerator program, go to brandingacceleratorprogram.com. You can even get the sample by going /sample to see what we're talking about there. But it's really a good program if you really, really want to be intentional about your PR in next year. Okay. All right. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.